YouTube, I know you guys had some trouble with that short. Well, if you still want a chance to get this, click the link in the description down below. Make it simple, and good luck to whoever wins on October 10th. This week in Destiny just dropped, and we went over it, kind of read it. I kind of want to put out bullet points that I've noticed this article and kind of talk about how I feel about the changes, how you feel about the changes, would like to see your guys' opinions, and kind of just see what we're going to be using the rest of the season and getting ready for season 23. Right now, there is a big economy problem. Right now, we can't focus tier 2 exotics. If you're wondering what that is, go to Master Raoul and try and select a pair of line rampants for your Titan. You can only focus it if you have an exotic cipher. When it first came out, I didn't agree with the exotic cipher, how it was tied to time gating your focused exotics. I feel like Timmy and Jimmy should be able to sign on and play together and go farm as much exotics as they want and enjoy the game. Well, now Bungie kind of agrees with that, and they wanted to change that. They are eliminating the exotic cipher cost from tier 2 focusing. Remember, tier 2 focusing is the direct exotic. Tier 1 is just like, hey, if you want an exotic from Red War or an exotic from this campaign, you get a random choice. So they remove the exotic cipher. So that is huge. And secondly, they're reducing the ascendant shard cost for both tiers of exotics. Tier 2 focusing will now cost 2 shards. It said alloys, but they fixed it. So 2 ascendant shards, those are the golf balls. We can hold 30 at once. Stockpile them now and start focusing 10 exotics a day. They're so easy to farm. The week it's going to be a double nightfall rewards. Oh man, we're gonna be juicing. You get like 4 to 6 golf balls a run. So happy farming on this one. I think it's good for new players, returning players, and even some seasonal Andes that only play a few times a week or once a week. You're gonna be able to grind out some exotics. I know that I don't have perfect roll exotics, so I'm definitely gonna be taking advantage of this. So tier 1 will be 30,000 glimmer and 10 enhancement prisms. And tier 2 will be 60,000 glimmer with 2 ascendant shards. This will be easy. Remember, legendary shards are gone next season, so this will be great. If you want to use exotic ciphers, you can focus exotics at Gsxrclyde. So this is huge. I feel like everyone should agree with this. This is a dub, huge Bungie debut. Players should enjoy this. They announced the deck of whispers. If you wanted to check the blog post, you can. It's kind of cool. It shows some decks that they like made from in-game. But we need to get into the mid-season armor and weapons preview. We all know that everyone was farming trials over the weekend to get the new grenade launcher for PvP and PvE, and you ran into a lot of anti-sword Titans. Don't worry, they're just hunters and warlocks playing on the Titans, trying to make us look bad. No real Titan main runs those. But now, rest in pepperonis, it's gone. So now it's going to take their class ability away. Reflect events now requires full class ability to deploy. Following deactivation of the reflect events, your class ability energy is drained proportional to the amount of damage reflected. So you could strategically use them still, but it's not just going to be slide block. And it no longer provides an improved slide. So rip bozo on the anti-swords. But we'll see. But Bungie just said it was, it had to go. Young Ahamkar's spines. I ran this in 2 weekends ago on my hunter, and the fact that I could just chuck a grenade in the vicinity of a player and tag him with the grenade and be able to get it back, kind of broken. First time I ever ran that build in PvP, by the way, and it's kind of crazy. So now it's going to be reducing the trip mine grenade's bonus health from 100 to 70 and remove the bonus 50% damage resistance. That's kind of huge. Grenade energy is now provided in ability kills instead of damage with abilities. So they're still going to be good, but they're not going to be like must-haves. So I still think a hunter can pair these with the throwing knife and the trip mine, and you never know, you might get him weak with your trip mine and then the knife could kill him. I think if people run this build all the time, it'll still be good, but now you're going to be able to run something different. And they wanted it to be, more like a Caliban's hand build. Me personally, I know that this build is run in PvE as well, and unfortunately it might affect the PvE build, so we'll see. We're praying for these separate sandboxes. I just wish that there was PvE sandbox and a PvP sandbox, but I know I'm just making too much sense. Weapon balancing, huge weapon balancing coming. Submachine guns are a problem right now, especially for mouse and keyboard players. I mean, they're just gunning you down. Also rollers if people are really good. So their general increased recoil is going up by 10%. So if you spec into a no recoil SMG, you're gonna get penalized on range. If you spec into range too much, the recoil is gonna hurt. Is it gonna affect a mouse and keyboard player? I really don't think so. Maybe a little bit, but they'll get used to it. So we'll have to see how it affects the overall player base. But it's, as you see here, sorry, I did say controller. I meant to say reduce the mouse and keyboard stability bonus from 20% to 10%. So just mouse and keyboards. Sorry, I read that paragraph earlier and I thought it said controllers too. So they're probably just trying to make it seem a little bit more spammy. So sorry about that. Auto rifles. I really don't know what auto rifles are going to be good. This is up to chat. What auto rifles are going to stick out in PvP with these changes? It just seems like they want to have less damage fall off at range. They want rapid fire auto rifles to be better, adaptive auto rifles, precision auto rifles. I don't really know what auto rifles are going to stick out in PvP. I mean, I'm a big Sweet Sorrow guy. I love it for PvE. Rufus's Fury from Ron, which is farmable this week. I know that one could stand out in PvP. I really just don't see enough people running auto rifles, but I know they'll be good, you know. Reckless Oracle from Garden could be good. You know, you just never really know. But I do know this auto rifle, the Amit AR4. Everyone used this when the funny guns were around and the broken stuff. Bungie felt like that you can double enhance consistency perks and take advantage of the Malon trait, and it's pretty much a perfect PvP auto rifle. So what they wanted to do is reduce the zoom from 17 to 15, so it kind of has the damage fall off at a range difference, so you can't have a perfect rolled auto rifle. So I wonder how people are going to react to that. Pulse rifles, this could be crazy again. We've had a pulse rifle meta plenty of times. No time, rapid fires. What scares me here is from reading this, if I read it correctly, that some of those rapid fires, that peace of mind pulse rifle could come back. Horror's Least from the GMs could come back. You guys know when you round those corners and you just see those rapid fire pulse rifles hit you, it's scary. I mean, you just get gunned. So let's hope that we don't run into one of those again. There's a huge chart. It just tells you kind of what they're changing and everything. On here, I just see trigonometry, you know, master's degree. It makes more sense when I shoot the weapon to test it out. Fusion rifles, we all know that we've been mapped by fusion rifles multiple times in PvP, and they want to reduce the minimum damage that the fusion rifle can deal after damage fall off from 50 to 45. And they pretty much said, hey, we don't want you to feel like you're getting mapped. And they actually took the kickstart perk and tone that down as well. We'll get to that in a second. Sniper rifle change here is kind of weird to me. They increased the 20% airborne accuracy, but what they want to do is take it back. They decreased it, and now sniper rifles are now as accurate at base as they were pre-AE with Icarus mod. So they're making sniper rifles usable again, but what's crazy is all the sniper body shot damage is being increased, which doesn't make sense to me. I understand that you have to be perfect and you have to be able to try and at least hit a headshot, but we all know the Incooch special, you know, body shot, switch to a hand cannon or switch to another one and get the body shot and kill him. That's been in the game since it came out. There's no reason to take that away. Here's why. Most of you that played Trials this last weekend or two know that a bow is a huge problem. Wish Ender, Lemon Arc, and many more are huge problems. They have unlimited ammo, so that's an unlimited ammo sniper that can just run around PvP and terrorize people that's sitting behind tall walls and rifts, but sniper rifles get penalized here. Sniper rifles wear a huge counter. So now if you body shot someone, you're gonna have to think twice. So again, I'm not on the PvP side as much, but I was using snipers, and I think that people might not like this. What I didn't like here is this last one right here. This change also affects their body shot damage in PvE, but in season 23 they will be buffing a sniper rifle PvE damage by a flat 15%. I just don't understand this. Like, it should just be PvE and PvP sandbox. They're going to use that to be offsetting the damage. Shotguns, it seems like they want to bring back slug shotguns, and we all have had plenty of times where we got mapped by Chaperone and many others. The slug shotgun changes are decreasing the airborne accuracy penalty for precision slug shotguns by 20%. Slug shotguns are now as accurate as the base they were pre-AE with an Icarus mod, and it decreases the airborne pellet spread penalty for pellet shotguns by 20%. So, you know, we might be seeing pellet shotguns, slug shotguns, you know. I mean, shotguns are, to me, like, shotguns are so inconsistent in the game right now. Sometimes you'll map someone, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll shoot someone square in the chest and you don't get full damage. You'll shotgun melee someone, they don't die. So it's a little off. I mean, we all know that melees are messed up right now too. Lunging melees, whiffing melees. So we're we'll see where it goes. What I've read about this so far is that I'm understanding that Bungie's actually paying attention to the sandbox and they're trying to do something about it. So that's what I've read so far. Perks, like I said, kickstart. I really don't know what perfect float is. If you're wondering, it increased the base damage from 6 to 10 and increased the extended duration from 7 to 12. Kickstart, I know what this is. It's definitely a problem. Reduced damage bonus from 20% to 15%. Yes, it's only 5%. We'll see if kickstart will even do anything for us. Checkmate, they want to change the heavy ammo spawns from 90 to 180. Future stuff, this is huge. Wanted to see everyone's opinion on this. Increased base damage PvE to glaive projectiles and snipers. Snipers, huge, but they're doing that because of the offset, like I just read. But glaive projectiles, I think you should delete glaives out of the game. I think it's a wasted space, waste of working ethic. We don't need it. I think glaives were a bust. Yes, they are very annoying in PvP. I remember I matched that one guy that had like 80,000 kills on a glaive, and they can just block damage the whole time. Also, you can cheese stuff in PvE as well. You can block a lot of damage. Go do light blade this week and shoot the boss, and then when he shoots you with his arc projectiles, go ahead and block it. You won't die. Some people like them because it's different, which I agree. I just think the glaives should just be gone. You know, they were a good try. Let's move on to the new idea. We want new stuff. Increased damage against minor combatants for pulse rifles and auto rifles. I'm a huge auto rifle fan right now. Sweet Sorrow. The fact that you can craft it this season is good. Stats for all, one for all. All I have to do is shoot 3 separate targets, get a 35% damage buff, and I'm always constantly reloading. The fact that they're gonna buff that, I'm in. Greatly increased damage against champions for Revision 0 and Vex Mythoclast. I really don't understand Vex. Revision 0 I don't use against champions. I felt like Vex was decent against champs. We're not using Vex anymore because of the slow RPM. I think it's cool. We'll see. Other than that, some updated stuff. Just wanted to point out Proto's 48-hour emblem mode. Yeah, your guys are probably gonna see that in 2024. Let me know when you guys get your emblem and want it. Known issues. This was kind of weird. We're still getting error codes. I don't even know what those are. This has been a problem since day one raid. Hive swords will occasionally consume a player's enlightenment, but fail to be picked up in Crota's reprise raid. That happened day one. At least they're acknowledging it now. Other than that, I love this wallpaper. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite emblems is Darkest Day, and I actually have a hoodie with this on it. I just wanted to kind of just come here and chat on the tube and see what people thought about these mid-season changes. I mean, this is kind of a lot, and obviously there'll be more to come, but I think when more stuff like this comes up, I'd rather just come on here and blabber and tell you guys what I think about the changes so you guys can get an open opinion, kind of see where everyone else's head's at. I think it's good. Like I said, this season was a dub. I'm worried for next season with some of the changes. I would like to keep playing PvP, but if the sandbox stays the way it is, I'm out. Enjoy farming this week. Get ready for those unlimited exotics. Focusing those exotics, those tier 2 exotics, is going to be the most important farm in this game. We'll see you guys next time.